stuff up, and he drove me to the Greyhound, and I came out here, and I was staying at the YMCA in Hollywood.
Okay.
And I stayed there, and I went to the Comedy Store, but I hadn't got in yet. I was still doing open mics, but I'm killing everything, and then I go all the Comedy Act Theater here, and I meet Ricky Harris, and I met Ricky in D.C. a couple of times. He was like, "Oh my God, you out here?" And Ricky picked me up. He would feed me. Him and his girlfriend.
Shout out, rest in peace, Ricky
Harris. That's my
Very
brother, man. And I met him, and I met D. Militant. And they became my friends. And then Chappelle was popping in and out because he had all those deals with Disney.
Sure.
And then one day, Chappelle goes, him and Barry Katz. Barry talks like this, man.
His manager.
You remember Barry? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, man. Anyway, so Chappelle was like, "Hey, man, I'm tied up with Disney, but MTV wants me to do this show. And they follow you around with cameras. It sounds interesting, but I'm tied up. And this is something for you because I know you need work." Because he had a sitcom at the time. At first, I thought he was going to put me on his sitcom. He was like, "No, just come with me tomorrow." They take me up to Universal, and I meet me to the producers. And then the next day, I had to go back up there, had a big meeting at the table with all the producers and stuff. And then they give me this application to take home to fill out. So me and Chappelle go back to his hotel. He's staying at Universal, and he's at the top suite or whatever. And we smoking this blunt. And one of the things on the application is, "What is your ideal date?" And this is what got me the show. And I just said, "I fuck her and she leaves." And he starts busting out laughing. I start laughing. He goes, "Fucking put that." I'm like, "No, I can't put that. It's a corporation." Fucking put that. And I put that. And that's what got me the show. They did some test shots.
The show being?
The Real World.
Real World. Okay, the show being Real World. Okay, Real World. Right.
And before that, I did Def Comedy Jam.
Right.
But before that, before I left D.C., I did Showtime in the Apollo.
Right.
The professional side.
Right.
And I almost got booed. Remember that? And I survived the boo. Matter of fact, I think I'm the only comedian to survive the boo, to come back from the boo.
Right, sure.
With
We going
stand-up
to what's name? We going to Real World. Fuck it. Fuck going backwards. Real World. You get on there with the people. What was your what did you even think was going to happen? You met all of them. Tammy Roman was on, that little English rock dude, the country western boy with the hat on. Had you seen the show before? Because the show with Kevin Powell and all them was a year earlier. Did you even have an idea?
Yes.
Did you know what you're getting yourself into as far as saying, "I know you're going to be following around the house and all that"?
I'm in Chicago before I moved. About a month before I decided to move, I'm smoking weed with my roommates, and we watching the show. I'm like, I would never do that, having fun around, this, that, and the other.
Did it?
And I came out, and it landed in my lap.
Right.
And thank you, Chappelle.
Right, sure. Being on that show, you seem to be the most rebellious guy, which nowadays everybody looks for that person. Back then it was kind of like, yeah. Now it's like, who can be the rowdiest person? Was that your real personality, or did you just put a little gas on it?
Well, I'm from National Conservatory of Dramatic Arts.
Okay. Acting.
Right. And bred stand-up comedian from you guys who taught me the ropes and how to be a goddamn comedian, a real comedian, on or off the goddamn stage, and a businessman. Y'all guys taught me a lot, especially you and Tony Woods. Shout out to Tony. The producers would say, and I had shot House Party at this time.
You took over Martin's spot.
Right.
That's
a tough one.
That's a big shoe. That's some big shoes.
That was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge. And I was so nervous, and I almost lost that job at the read-through on the first day of rehearsal because I wasn't bringing it. And the director and the producer say, "Hey, man, you're not bringing it. You need to, or you're going to lose this fucking job."
Wow. Okay.
I said, "Give me 15 minutes." I went, I don't know what, I went on and I just found it. I found it, and I came back, and I found Stinky, and I brought it. Because I just got thrown off the Real World.
So so the Real World, and then it was what's the name?
After I got thrown off the Real World, I booked House Party.
Okay, so let's get into Real World. Let me get that. I want to get out of that.
Yes, sir.
We'll get to that joint.
Okay.
So you're being. I asked you, you put a little extra on your personality when you're doing the Real World? Is that what it was? You put a little extra stank on it?
Yes.
So you like to argue with every motherfucker. You started shit with everybody. White mom, country western. I was like, God damn.
Because I had to.
That's a DC nigga right now.
I had to. The producers gave me a talk like that.
That's what I'm saying.
One time we was just kicking, not doing nothing. One of the producers came to me and they said, "Listen, we hate dead air. Dead air costs us money. Like if I got here and not talk to you and just sit here and bullshit, you'd be pissed off at me because you spent money to be here. I had to be entertaining. Talk to me. That's why I'm here." So that's what the Real was about. I had to. they want action. They didn't care they just want the action.
But
And
you brought it more than anybody else did, though.
I'm the comedian, right? I'm a
Oh,
comedian,
okay,
right?
okay,
That's what
okay.
we did. Like I'm fresh off the training of Garvin's and make it, you know. And yeah, I had to be lively and be that guy. And occasionally we would drink tequila,
Right.
you know, you know. And I loved it. I loved being the
Right.
I knew what I was doing.
Right, sure. Now, let me ask you. I seen him film it. When they cut the cameras off, did you change? Did you go in your own room? Or did it, whatever?
We changed in our own room.
No, I mean, did you change who you are? Like I'm going to break it down now.
Only after it aired.
After it aired.
You had to pretend the cameras wasn't there. That was the only hardest thing.
Right.
Not looking into the camera
sure, I get
and
that.
not seeing there's a camera and a key grip and a lighting guy around
Right.
you 24/7. Everything is mic.
Right.
Everything is worse than P. Diddy's house.
No Diddy, but no Diddy and Diddy. But no, what I was going to say is, so the cameras were never off, y'all. They wouldn't like, all right, cut it for the day till midnight.
Well,
7 in the morning, we'll be back on.
Yeah, the crew would take breaks. There'd be breaks.
Okay.
Maybe in the middle of the night. Maybe like 2 or 3 weird hours. They'll break.
Damn.
Weird shift change like that.
could
But
jerk
the rest
off
of the
one
day,
real quick,
right?
yeah, get a
and I
jerk
had to
off.
know the shoot. Right, exactly.
All right, ready, and action.
Yes, sir.
Shit, fuck that.
Yeah.
How long was the taping?
The taping, I did 7. My original 7. I signed up for 3-4 months, but I only did my original. I only did like 5 weeks.
So it was 5 weeks. Okay.
7 episodes.
Okay, you were definitely an interesting character on that show. I remember being proud of you, you know, seeing you on like, God damn. Then, you know, how did that incident, because I hear some people give you love and some people say no. I'm hearing more people say, she doing the most, she did the most. And I think it's also, I
She
remember
has
seeing
her
it.
fans now.
Right, I hear that. But I think her personality have evolved into you did a little extra, girl. You know, we see you now. You're a little extra. At first, we didn't know who she was, but since then, with the Kenny Anderson marriage and all this other stuff she's done, you know, social media, whatever, people now. And I'm just being a real dude with it. You know, they're saying she's a little extra.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
back then it was all like, fuck,
Yes.
screw you. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But now since there, I think it's been, you know, because no, you didn't try to rape her. You know, come on, let's be real,
We
man.
had our
Yeah.
reunion special. We shot.
I know. I'm
2
talking
years
about
ago.
that. I want to talk about that.
She.
But hold on. The first initial thing when you did the show, because they said to go and you kind of said, all right, I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Me pulling that blanket. At the time we was playing,
Right.
and everybody was giggling and laughing.
Mm-hmm.
But then God gave me a daughter.
After that.
After that,
Right. So you
and
look at it
once the
differently now.
older my daughter got,
Mhm.
the more differently I looked at it.
Mhm.
And then my daughter came to me one day. I guess one of her friends showed her at school or something,
Mm,
and
mhm.
I had to sit down and explain that to my daughter.
How old was your daughter at the time?
She was 9.
Okay, go ahead.
But then she got a chance to really watch as she got older. She revisited herself, and then she did the reunion special with me. She did like 2-3 episodes with me.
Right.
And she really gets it now. But for me personally, if I had my daughter then, I would have never done that.
Right. And I get that. I get
It was
mistakes
honestly
making.
playing.
Right. Of
but
course.
I understand. Of course, she was laughing now,
mhm.
but there also is an aftershock for
Sure.
everybody. And I did pull that blanket, and it was playing, but it did reveal. But you on television, and now you
Right.
do bikini models,
Right,
and I
right,
made you
right,
hot
right.
on the streets. But at the
Right.
same time, I do feel where women are coming from a little bit,
course,
because
of
I have a
course.
daughter now.
Of course. I think it was an innocent mistake.
And
on
it
a bad
was. It was an
situation.
innocent
You know what I'm saying?
mistake.
And because she
And
was laughing,
and we were playing, but
But her laughing was probably could have been like a nervous
Yes.
laughter too. You know.
Yes,
what I'm saying?
women-
Go ahead
women
with
have that.
Go ahead
Women
with
do that,
Yeah, Go
right.
ahead with that. You know, she know the camera's on too. You know.
but at the same time, women's nervousness, you got to be very careful.
Of course. Well,
It's
we gotta
scary.
respect that. Well, but you got
Especially for
gotta-
entertainers now.
Well, with the Me Too, it's all what happened. And some men deserve to be Me Too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, I think that, and now it's a whole different way. You know, we talking about that's about 25 years ago. How long was that? About
25 years ago, but
about
they
25.
always bring us back together.
Right, sure.
They always revamp it
Right,
or
sure.
play
Of some
clips
sort
from
of
the
it,
past.
yeah. How do people still
Yes.
see you on the street and ask you about that?
They ask me about that all the time.
Well, what's the question mostly asked? Did you know what you were doing? Or
It can go
foul
from
as hell?
it can go from why'd you do that to that girl,
Right.
or man, you funny as hell, and that was a joke. She did too much.
Okay.
Because
so you both.
Tammy has her hive. You know, Beyonce has the beehive.
Sure,
There's a
sure.
Tammy hive. After we did our reunion special,
Right, you found
I got
out.
mad love.
Right.
I mean, I got mad love from rednecks to
Right.
blacks, but The Tammy Hive, they
Right.
came for me,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, well, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do
Woo!
that.
She has a following.
Well, here's what it is. First of all, they're new high. She wasn't popular back then.
Right.
They've become her fans now.
Now.
It wasn't back then.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's more about like we want to make sure no one else tries that again with any other woman. You know what I'm saying? Even joking or not joking, we want to make sure that you respect women, fear or pulling or making a woman.
And I
look
get
like
it.
You know,
And
I'll
I
tell
get
you
it.
who I was pissed off at. Justin Timberlake. I'm gonna tell you why. Because remember that Janet Jackson situation, the Super Bowl, pulling it off. You know, they might hold on, they might have done it purposely, whatever. But because all hell broke up for her, not much him. He was like, I grabbed it, I had no idea what was gonna happen. I felt like he threw her under the bus. To me, I felt he threw her under, but he could have been like, I snatched it off, my bad, that was my bad. We ran too hard. I shouldn't have done that. But he was like, I didn't know what happened. I wasn't. He distances himself away, and her career has not been the same.
And the same
since
thing
that
happened
day.
to me
I'm
on
like,
the real
wow,
world. The
yeah.
same exact thing, except for Irene, the cop. We made up on a reunion, but she screamed into the camera, I will call the police and I will scream
At the
rape.
time, right,
and
that's
Beth
right,
kept
right.
saying, yeah, that's what a rapist was saying. That's where the rape stuff. And Tammy did not jump up and say he didn't try to rape me.
Right.
She let them fan that fire. That's
Right,
what
right.
I'm completely pissed at. Yes, you might have felt violated, but I was violated too.
Right, just like-
Because if we was back in the 1800s and a white woman stands up and screams, what happens to a black man?
Yeah. You about it there, yeah.
And
Well,
that,
like I said,
that stagnated my career because I
Right.
was on the road, house party and Living Color.
Right,
This is
right.
before the real world dropped.
Right. I was gonna tell you that. I'm gonna move to that. So my point is, okay, so like you said, you wouldn't do that again. You know, of course you wouldn't. 'Cause you have a daughter now.
Yeah, I
And
wouldn't.
any other man, you
I
know,
wouldn't.
even in
And
a joking way. Because I've seen
And,
guys
and
tap
in
girls
this
the
time,
ass.
and in this time.
You remember what's his name?
There was no internet.
What's his name? Damon Dash when he put that
Oh, yeah.
champagne on that girl on the
Girl.
boat. And people was like, nah,
Or
homie.
Nelly with the credit card through the butt.
So women getting tired of that, and that was part of that kind of stuff. So today we're not going to do that. You know, it's a different time, and we're not doing
right.
that.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just a different time.
So now from
him and Angela Means talking about House Party, and I found out what the audition was. I crashed it, and I lied and said I had an agent because my agent had fired me, William Morris, over this real world thing.
now, hold on. So had people seen you on
It hasn't dropped yet. The real world hadn't dropped yet.
none of it? Okay, go ahead.
None of it.
Damn.
So
you bold as hell then.
I crashed it.
Right,
I
I love it.
lied about my agency or whatever. I took my.
If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?